Good afternoon, everyone. We are pleased to get the opportunity to make a presentation on radioactive waste management. This project will be presented by Soika Chatterjee, myself Aniket Bera, and Dona Mondal from Computer Science and Engineering second year. Here we will first look into the introduction part to understand the importance of our topic. Then, what is radioactive waste? Next, principle of radioactive waste management. Classification of radioactive waste, relative waste volume, state of radioactive waste. Why is radioactive waste management required? Method of disposal of radioactive waste, solution of radioactive waste, conclusion, and our references. Since the beginning of the 12th century, research and development science and technology have led to wide-scale applications in research, medicine, industry, and in the generation of electricity by nuclear fission. In common with certain other human activities, these practices generated waste that requires management to ensure that protection of human health and the environment now and in the future without imposing undue burden on future generations. First, we have to know that what is radioactive waste. Under the Atomic Energy Licensing Act in 1984, radioactive waste is defined as any waste which contain all or part of the substance or item which, if it is not waste, is considered radioactive materials. The substance of item which was contaminated during production, storage, or use of radioactive or nuclear materials or prescribed substance. The substance or item which was contaminated by means of contact or by being the vicinity of any other radioactive waste. Radioactive waste occur in a variety of forms with very different physical and chemical characteristics. These wastes may occur in gaseous form such as ventilation exhaust from facilities handling radioactive materials. In liquid form, ranging of scintillation liquid from research facilities to have level liquid waste from the reprocessing of spent fuel, or in solid form ranging of contaminated trace and glassware from hospitals, medical research facilities, and pharmaceutical laboratories of vertified reprocessing waste or spent fuel from nuclear power plants when it is considered waste. Next slide, please. Principle of radioactive waste management. First point is protection of human health. Radioactive waste shall be managed in such a way as to secure an acceptable level to protection for human health. Next point, protection of environment. Radiation waste shall be managed in a such a way to provide an acceptable level of protection of environment. Next, protection beyond nation's border. Radioactive waste shall be managed in a such a way to ensure that possible effect on human health and the environment beyond national borders will be taken into account. Protection of generations. Radioactive waste shall be managed in such a way that predict impacts on the health of future generation will not be greater than revealed levels of impact that are acceptable today. Burdens and of future generation. Radioactive waste shall be managed in such a way that will not impose undue burdens on future generation. National legal framework. Radioactive waste shall be managed within an appropriate national legal framework, including clear allocation of responsibilities and provision for independent regulatory functions. Control of radioactive waste generation. Generation of radioactive waste shall be kept on the minimum practicable. Radioactive waste generation and management independencies. Interdependencies among all the steps in radioactive waste generation and management shall be appropriately taken into account. And last point is safety of facilities. The safety of facilities for radioactive waste management shall be appropriately assured during their lifetime. Classification of waste. In 1997 or 1998, questionnaire that was used to compile information of waste management database asked member state to provide information about their national waste management programs, activities, plans, policies, relevance, regulation, and waste inventories according to the following: low level waste, intermediate level waste, high level waste. Next slide, please. Relative waste volume. This volume of waste, 90% low level waste, lightly contaminated items like tools and work, clothing containing only 1% of radioactive in the nuclear waste, 7% intermediate level waste, used filter steel components from within the reactor, and sun effluents from reprocessing containing 4% of radioactivity in the nuclear waste. 3% of high level waste, spent fuel containing 95% of radioactivity in the nuclear waste. Now I would like to Donna to continue, give us some more information related to this topic.
Okay, thank you, Aniket. Next slide, please. Okay. Radioactive waste are found in three states, that is solid, liquid, and gaseous. Now we will first move to the solid state. The solid equipment and materials contaminated with either induced or contact radioactivity. Solid waste also induce the solidified high-level liquid waste, concentrate from intermediate and low-level liquid waste, loaded on spent ion exchangers and gaseous radionuclides incorporate into some solid medium for storage or disposal. And is generally of two categories, combustible and non-combustible. Depending on the facility, combustible and non-combustible waste may be mixed and may require storing prior to treatment or packaging of the storage or disposal. Now liquid waste. Liquid waste are usually classified as high level, intermediate, and low level based on primarily on the radioactive levels. High level waste can be generally accepted and the liquid influent from the first cycle of fuel reprocessing operation. The destination between medium and low level waste is rather arbitrary, and in addition to their radionuclide content, the classification generally depends upon the extent to which they must be isolated or processed as compared to the release to the local surroundings. Now gaseous waste. Next slide. The gaseous influent from reactor operation may contain radioisotopes of the noble gas like argon, krypton, and xenon. Due to increase of factories, industrial areas, and the number of vehicles, a large amount of gaseous waste are coming to the atmosphere. Now we will see why this waste management is essential. Radioactive waste is harmful because it emits radioactive particles, which if not properly managed can be risks to human health and the environment. Radioactive iodine tend to be absorbed by the thyroid gland and can cause thyroid cancer. Even it can also cause skin cancer and lung infection. In addition to human exposure, the radiation through contaminated forest and forest products, radiation can also cause ecological loss and damage. Now we will discuss the different methods of radioactive waste disposal. The first process is incineration. It is used for reduction of solid and liquid radioactive waste volume and downselling land requirement for disposal. It combusts of oxide waste at high temperature, generating as end product of the waste. The main purpose of it to reduce waste volume, it does not destroy metals or reduce radioactivity of wastes. Next is a very widely used technique, that is storage. Radioactive waste are stored as to avoid any chance of radiation exposure to people or environment. The radioactivity of the waste decays with time. Deep geological disposal is widely agreed to be the best solution for final disposal of the most radioactive waste produced. Next is seabed disposal. For hundreds of years, the seas has been used as a place to dispose water resulting from human activities. Although no high-level radioactive waste can be disposed into the sea, variable amount of packaged low-level radioactive waste has been dumped at more than 50 sites of the northern part of the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. And another disposal method is vitrification. Vitrification is a process used to encapsulate high-level radioactive waste. In the vitrification process, radioactive waste is mixed with substances that will catalyze when heated, and then calcined. Calcination removes water from the waste to enhance the stability of the gas product. The calcinated materials are continuously transferred into a heated furnace and mixed with fragmented glasses. Upon mixing, the radioactive waste is bonded to glass materials. The melted product is subsequently poured into an encapsulation container. Once the content cools down, the melted solidifies into gas matrix. The encapsulation container is ultimately sealed and the waste is stored in disposal container. Vitrification also allows the immobilization of the waste for thousands of years. Here is a step-by-step illustration of vitrification. At first, the waste is melted and mixed with catalyzers, then ion-specific media system was an integral part of the initial cooling loop to cool the reactors. Then the radioactive waste is bonded into glass materials. The melted product is subsequently poured into an encapsulation container. Now I would like Shoykot to continue further.
Thank you, Rona. Now moving forward in this context, now we will discuss the solutions of the radioactive waste. So firstly, the alternative energy resources. So what is this alternative energy sources? As we have discussed, and many of my classmates have also discussed, that the solar power and natural gas and biodiesels, all that things. So this is also an alternative energy sources. The damage and the threat it has on the environment due to nuclear. It is high time for its use to be discontinued and for the world to perhaps focus on the alternative resources. Some of the alternative resources, as I've discussed or told earlier, this is the solar power, natural gas, and hydrogen. It's likely a modern age that increase the government and scientists will look forward to use these energies. Next is reusing. Nuclear waste is recyclable. Once reactor fuel or uranium or thorium is used in the reactor, it can be treated and put it into another reactor as fuel. In fact, a typical reactor only extract a few percentage of the energy in the fuel. We can generate power, the entire US electricity grid of the energy in the nuclear waste almost 100 years. If we recycle this waste, the final waste that will be left over decades to harmfulness within a few hundred years, rather than a million years was a standard project. However, recycling nuclear waste generally involves performing complex chemistry processes in the radiology sealed area and can be rather expensive and also generate significant amount of radioactive material in liquid form. As you can see, this is the nuclear reactor picture. Nuclear reactor at the heart of nuclear power plant. And the left-hand side picture that is visible in the screen is the fuel plates. What is this actually? Actually, the reactor uses uranium as a nuclear fuel. The uranium is processed into small ceramic plates and stacked together into shield metal tubes called fuel rods. Typically, more than 200 of these rods are bundled together to form a fuel assembly. A reactor core is typically made up of a couple hundred assemblies depending on the power level inside the reactor vessel. The fuel power is immersed in water and act as both coolant and moderator. The moderator helps us to slow down the neutrons produced by the fissions to sustain the chain reaction. Control rods can be inserted into the reactor core to reduce the reaction rate and withdraw to increase the heat created by the fission turned into water into steam, which spin a turbine to produce a carbon-free electricity. In the next few points, we will discuss about the proper labeling. So as if in many of the cases in real scenario, we uses a proper labeling in every container. It might be a container of a kitchen, or it might be a container of a shop, or it might be a container of a radioactive waste. Radiations can enter the body by a small touch of the radioactive materials containing with such elements should be well labeled in order to make one use protective gears while handling them. Next is the precautions and personal safety. So for that, we will use hazmat suit and gas detector. For human bodies, hazardous metals suits were designed to protect users handling hazardous material such as chemicals, radioactive materials, etc. And more specialized variety of suits are NBC, that is the nuclear, biological, and chemical suits have designed. So this is the suit. The suit is made up of 3 layers. That is inner layer, that is consists of fabric cotton, middle layer, that is consists of active charcoal treated as non-oven, and the outermost layer consists of fabric with chemical and fire reddened fibers. Moreover, there may be a possibility of contamination if one house is located near the nuclear power plant. In that case, we will use this right-hand side radon gas detector alarm monitor. Okay, so what we can do if we do not have any of these things, we can design or we can build a homemade radon gas detector. For this, we need a few basic components. That is Arduino Nano, one push button, buzzer for as a sound indicator LED, which will act as an indicator, and few resistors and transistors. So this is the prototype that we were going to design later on as a radon gas detector. This is very cost effective and it can be easily made in our house. Next, conclusions of this context. Disposal radioactive waste is a complex issue, not only because of the nature of the waste, but also because of the regulatory structure for dealing with radioactive waste. India has achieved self-reliance in the management of all types of radioactive waste. Ongoing efforts to upgrade technology to minimize radioactive discharge is also on. Moreover, one point I should discuss with you that Bhabha Atomic Research Center of India already applied the radiation as a nuclear agricultural. So what is that? BRC says that high yielding seeds varieties by introducing the mutations by using gamma radiation. Gamma radiation can only accelerate the mutations which otherwise occurs naturally over a long period of time. So far, BRC released 49 seeds varieties for commercial exploitations. Mutations can be such a way that the crops mature early to withstand biotics and abiotic stresses and to obtain better nutrition value. So these are the references that we have taken while designing this PPT. And lastly, I will thank to sir and my classmates to give an opportunity to present this beautiful presentation. Thank you, everyone.